Andrew Breitbart, the conservative clown who thinks he's a journalist, what a joke, has done another fraudulent story as usual. He is reporting that Congressman Anthony Weiner sent out a picture from his Twitter account to a 21-year-old college student in Seattle, Washington, and that it had an indecent picture, that it was a man's genitals that could be seen through his trousers, and the implication was that he had a relationship with this woman and they were exchanging naughty pictures. Okay? Now, you're not going to be surprised to find out, of course, that it's totally and utterly untrue.
Last Friday night, I tweeted a photograph of myself that I intended to send as a direct message as part of a joke to a woman in Seattle. Once I realized I had posted it to Twitter, I panicked. I took it down and said that I had been hacked.
The woman says, what the hell is, what are people talking about? She's just a random student in Washington. All of a sudden, people start blowing up her Twitter, and they're like, oh, what about your boyfriend, Anthony Weiner, and he sent the dirty picture. She didn't even get the picture. It already got erased by the time it got to her.
When that photo of his private areas came in, you know, you're a 26-year-old girl,
Right.
he's a 46-year-old congressman that's recently married. What did you think then?
I just thought at the time, there's got to be something. There's way more girls out there. This is not just me. There's nothing like, oh, this is so special about me that, you know, there's just a lot more girls.
Yeah.
That's what I thought at the time. Like, this is something that's regular. He's done all the time. He's comfortable.
People start looking at where the picture came from, and it didn't come from where Anthony Weiner normally sends his pictures from. So his YFrog account for that picture had a different origination apparently than the other pictures. And she says, now, why do I say that Breitbart is a fraud in the midst of all this? Because if somebody sent me, and I'm not saying Breitbart is the one who planted the picture. I have no idea who planted the picture, right? But if somebody sent me this story about how a conservative congressman put out a picture of some genitals to a girlfriend, first thing you think of, like conservative congressman, family values, nobody's surprised, right? But I'd say, wait a minute, on his public Twitter account? Now remember, Chris Lee did the Craigslist picture. He's the Republican in the 26th District of New York who got run out of town. But he didn't put it out in public, like from his congressional account. He was trying to hide his identity. He made up an identity, he put it on Craigslist and tried to pick up girls and apparently other folks on Craigslist, right? That I believe. If you sent me that story, I go, okay, that's interesting, let's look into it, right? If you say to me, Chris Lee or another conservative congressman on his public Twitter account is putting out pictures of his jock, I'd say even Republicans aren't that stupid. I'd never go to air with that. That's crazy. And Breitbart, super genuine, comes out like earnest, like, oh my God, I have found the genitals of Congressman Weiner. I have found them. I have located them. It's Weinergate. You fool. You disingenuous punk journalist. What a joke you are.
I believe that everyone deserves an apology here, and I certainly am. I'm certain. I'll be. Here's what.
Where's your wife right now?
I apologize to Andrew Breitbart. I apologize.
Tactic account, whoever the conservative was at the time, thought it was the most clever thing in the world. You know, Weinergate. And that fool Breitbart puts it out there like it's a real story. The guy is 100% certifiable liar. If you hear Andrew Breitbart say anything, the rebuttable presumption is that it is a lie.